welcome to another episode discussing AI, this time with Microsoft about Copilot with Sonia Ben Hamida. Foundation models are evolving from tools that generate answers into copilots that can reason, infer, predict, and support better decisions. When adapted with enterprise knowledge and governed responsibly, they can help people understand information, automate routine work, and operate more effectively inside familiar workflows. This shift is reshaping how business think about productivity and AI, leading us today to Microsoft Copilot and what it means for business users. Sonia, please introduce yourself. What do you do at Microsoft?
So first of all, thank you very much for having me today. My name is Sonia Ben Hamida. I am the AI Workforce Director for the Middle East for the corporate segment.
Fantastic, Sonia. I have a few questions to you today, like I mentioned earlier, about where we are with AI. So let's start with basics. When people hear Microsoft Copilot, what is it really? And how does it actually work behind the scenes?
So I often joke about it and say that Copilot is your friend that never gets tired, never complains about meeting, and somehow helps you start when you get stuck. But more seriously, and I like how Satya frames it, Copilot actually is not a feature. It's a new way of computing.
Mhm.
And in many ways, if you think about it, we moved from click to touch, and now we are moving from asking what we want in natural languages and getting the system and having, the system get it done for you. And this is exactly what is Copilot. It's an AI assistant embedded in your flow of work, like, for example, Outlook, Teams, Excel, PowerPoint, that helps you go from intent to outcome much faster. And behind the scene, actually, it combines three main things. So first, your prompt and natural language, then your work context, your document, your meetings, your emails, and third, AI models that help you get tailored answer. And what power all this? It's work IQ. It is actually the intelligent layer behind that help you bring context to every interaction and not only get answer, but get what is relevant for you. What is relevant in terms of outcome for you and for your profile in the organization.
Okay, that's very, very, very interesting. So really it's very focused on automating the type of work that you do. So let's keep moving with that. So a lot of people compare Copilot with ChatGPT or assume it is simply a version of the same OpenAI product. In simple terms, what can Microsoft Copilot do differently, especially in a business setting?
So look, Microsoft have strong partnership with OpenAI, and Copilot does leverage model like GPT. But Copilot, it's not an AI model. It's a system built on top of your work context first and different models and multiple models like GPT or Claude models. So the question is not really which model, it's which layer on top of it. And Microsoft approach is not relying only on a single model, is bringing the best model together, routing your task to the right capability, depending on what you are trying to achieve. So the question moving from asking question, getting answer from an AI tool to having an AI assistant embedded in your workflow helps you move from intent to outcome more efficiently and faster.
Well, that's very interesting. So it's actually, you actually use or embed in other models as well, like Claude, for example, from Anthropic?
Yes, 100%. So Claude model or AI models from Anthropic are embedded in Copilot. So you have the opportunity, for instance, in Researcher, you have the opportunity to leverage the best model, and you even have capability like Kriti in Researcher that even review other, each model review each other. So it's like having second opinion built in in the same tool.
That's really very interesting, because a lot of people, because of the association with OpenAI, assume it's just a restricted version of ChatGPT. So it really looks at other models as well. So that's very interesting. Of course, as the developments happen in all the other foundation models as well.
And the key thing is two elements. One is the work context, which is very, very critical because it gives more relevancy and more, tailored answers and context. This is on one hand. And at the second hand, to your point, it's leveraging multiple models like Claude models or GPT.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope it's not using some of the Claude features which are now restricted from export as well. So we'll find out. Let me ask you another question then. So one of the biggest concerns people have is around privacy and security. If I use Copilot at work, what happens to my company data and how safe is it really?
Yeah, look, this is honestly the first question that organization asks because trust is the foundation of adopting AI. And the short answer is your data stays in your environment and under your control. There are a few key principles. First, we don't use your data to train the model. Very, very important. Your data stays in your M365 tenant. And the third point is Copilot respects your permission. It means if you don't have access to a document, Copilot won't have access to it either. In some ways, it's not introducing a new risk model. It's in fact extending your existing security and compliance model into the AI experience. And this is very important. Why? Because organization should run an AI readiness and a security assessment before scaling AI. Why? Because they need to understand the security posture first and identify any gap in data governance, security, compliance to be able to scale AI in a protected and a secure way. And Microsoft approach is to bring the enterprise scale security, privacy, compliance, and responsible AI into Copilot. So we help organization innovate in confidence and keeping their data protected and governed.
That's really, really important. Again, let me kind of dig a little bit deeper there where, for example, if I'm using Claude from Anthropic and I create a project that talks about a certain topic, and then I visit it again tomorrow or the day after, it will know more about the project from what I've already discussed with Claude. If I do the same with Copilot, for example, and I discuss a certain project and then I go back, where if it does understand and maintain the information that I shared with it, where does it keep that information? Because if it keeps it locally, then it's on my machines. If it keeps it up there, it's not on my machines. And I want to still be assured that my data is still staying with me. But how does it remember what I discussed yesterday?
Fair question. It's all about keeping your data in your tenant. It's exactly like, for example, you have an HR document, it's in your tenant, it doesn't go outside. The conversation that you have stays in your tenant. So this is the key element.
So the information, so I'm air-gapped theoretically, except that maybe other information, that if I ask for other information, it will come from outside. Okay, fair enough. So there's also curiosity about what powers Copilot. So which AI models or technology, which I think we partly answered before, but which models or technology partners are behind it and how important are those partnerships? You mentioned OpenAI and you mentioned Claude. What other partners are behind it? Hardware, software.
Yeah, so really Copilot combines three main things. So first, as we shared, AI models, including the one developed with our partner Anthropic or OpenAI. Second, Microsoft Cloud and AI infrastructure powered by Azure. And third, your work context through Microsoft Graph. And we already discussed it about a work IQ, which is the layer that enable Copilot understand your context and be more relevant when answering.
Mm-hmm.
And the innovation, it's not actually about the models itself. It's about the orchestration between these three layers. And we see capability, like for instance, we discussed about researcher or analyst, where Copilot can go deeper, synthesize complexity, read large amount of data, and help you take decision. So for example, if we take a CFO, analyst is like having a super fast, super smart, very, very detailed oriented analyst that will help you read all your Excel workbook, that will help you synthesize all the data inside and help you make decision about budget allocation, about forecasting, and about P&L performance.
Fair enough.
And we discussed about critique earlier, that can where a model can review another model and having second opinion built in. And this week, Microsoft made an announcement about Copilot Cowork general availability. And Cowork actually is even bringing a new capability to Copilot, where the system will help you execute long-running, highly complex, multiple steps task on your behalf.
Oh, that sounds like Claude as well. So
it is.
It is Claude.
One of the capability based on our partnership with Claude.
Oh, very good. That's very useful to know. Actually, that's also very important for companies to automate and to reduce the number of people that they employ.
This is one of the misconceptions. Maybe we discuss about it a bit later.
So another question here. So from a practical point of view, where do you see Copilot making the biggest difference inside a company? You already mentioned co-work. I think that's really important for everyday employees to senior leadership.
So the interesting thing is that we see Copilot impact across all levels of the organization. For employee, for instance, it's about saving time. For instance, prioritizing your email, summarizing your document, or even preparing and summarizing your meetings. For manager, it's maybe about increasing collaboration and decision-making as well. And for leaders, it's about getting faster insight to be able to make the right decision makers. And what I would love to add here, and about the real transformation, which is about the frontier firm. Microsoft calls it the frontier firm. It's really about rethinking the way of work rather than just adding an AI tool.
Right.
It's having human and AI work together for more efficiency and higher impact.
That's very good. Very good to know. Excellent. I truly believe in that as well. So
fantastic.
Excellent. Finally, what do you think most people still misunderstand about Microsoft Copilot, and what should organizations know before they decide to adopt it?
So let me start by the most common one, which is it's another chatbot. So Copilot, it's not a chatbot or a model. It's completely revamping or a new type of computing rather than a feature.
That's very important, really.
And the second one, or the second misconception, is expecting actually the impact immediately. We see that organizations that get the best out of Copilot and AI in general are organizations that invest first in adoption and change management. Secondly, they invest in people. It means they help people learn and be enabled to leverage AI in their day-to-day, because it's about the employee learning journey. And the second one is investing or focusing on data quality and governance. And the last one, and I think you touched based on it, it's not about replacing a human. It's rather increasing human capability and have human be more resilient, more efficient, and drive higher impact.
That's very good, Sonia. I have a couple of more questions which I want to share or ask. So how do you charge for Copilot? When I use other models or other Copilots, I pay by the token, for example, or the number of tokens I'm consuming. How is a customer going to pay for Copilot? Is it a fixed fee? Is it token based? What is it?
So for Copilot, it's per license, per user, fixed fee.
Okay. Fixed price.
Yeah.
Regardless of the tokens, regardless of the amount of reasoning.
Yeah. For Copilot itself is license per user.
Okay.
There are other capability like co-work. This will have a different pricing model on top of it, just
Gotcha.
for clarity.
Fair enough. And then final question, again, I keep saying final question, but it's another final question. So what is the platform that's being used based on what GPUs? You must have massive data centers to support Copilot worldwide. And is it based in one location? Is it based in many locations? Is it sovereign or not?
100%. So definitely sovereign. And the beauty of it, the data center of Microsoft are, span across the world. So you can view that, you can understand. For example, here in UAE, there are data centers and other location as well.
That's good. So Sonia, I really want to thank you very much for making the time here today, and always a pleasure to talk to an expert like you. And you made a lot of things much clearer, to be honest, not just for the people watching this, but also for me. And thank you for sharing the latest announcement on Microsoft Co-work as well. That's a very exciting thing. So thank you again, and looking forward to meet you again very soon.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. I look forward to bringing you more discussions and insights into how AI is going to transform industries and the IT in general.